Hi, today we're going to talk about the major scale. And scales in general form the basis of all the types of music we listen to. And the major scale uses a particular structure. So I've written here the C major scale, which all of us have heard. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Series of 8 notes, one after the other. But for it to sound like a major scale, it actually has a structure. And what that structure entails is the distance between each note in relation to one another. So the structure goes like this. We have C to D is a tone, D to E is a tone, E to F is a semitone, F to G is a tone, G to A is a tone, A to B is a tone, and B to C is a semitone. So that is the structure for every major scale that we hear. So in a little while we're going to do G major as well, and it uses the same structure. And then that's how we get our key signatures, our sharps and flats and things like that. Alright, so then what's this tone and semitone thing or business? So I'll go and use this keyboard which is here and explain it to you. Right, down here we have the C note, okay? And this is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, they're effectively the notes of the scale. When we're looking at a semitone is the distance, the shortest distance between notes. So when we're kind of like reading up the keyboard, between C and this black note here, that's a semitone. Okay, and then from this C sharp here down to D, that's a semitone. And then from D to this black note is a semitone. And from this black note down to E is a semitone. E to F, there's no black note in between, it's a semitone because that's the closest spot. Okay, so does it make sense? And so on from F to F sharp, that's this. All the way up, B to C is a semitone because that's the closest distance. Now for a tone, the tone is made up of 2 semitones. So if I went from C to C sharp and C sharp to D, that is actually a tone. So this C to D here is a tone because it's made up of 2 semitones. All right, D to E here is a tone because it's made up of 2 semitones. E to F is not a tone, it's a semitone because there's no other note in between. F to G is a tone. G to A is a tone because it's made up of 2 semitones. A to B is a tone, and B to C is a semitone. I hope that makes sense, and that's the structure that we have in a scale. So then, if you were going to look at, for instance, the G major scale, let me write it out for you. So I'm going to start. I'll just make this a bit bigger. G, A, B, C, D, E. I'm just going to write out the notes first because there is a sharp in there and we're going to see if we can figure it out. So I'm going to write the notes underneath. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And let's figure out the distances, okay? So we're using the same structure up there. So from G to A, now is that a tone? Let's have a look. I've got another keyboard here. Oops. This keyboard here. Okay, so this is G here. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. G to A, is that a tone? Yes, because it's made up of 2 semitones, right? A to B, is that a tone? Yes, it's made up of 2 semitones. Now B to C, that is a semitone. Okay, so if we go back to our structure here, which I'm going to write this in. So G to A is a tone, we said A to B is a tone, and B to C, just like the one above, is a semitone. Alright, so now we're going to check C to D, and then D to E, and E to F, and see if they are tones. So here we go. So C to D, yes, is a tone. D to E is a tone, because remember it's made up of two semitones. Now E to F is a semitone, but in our structure, if I go back here, we have three tones. That third one has to be a tone. So how can we make it a tone? Because that's only a semitone. That's not a tone. So what we do is we actually we go from E to F sharp. So it's actually F sharp, and in our writing of our scale, so we go C to D is a tone, D to E. Now E to F is not a tone, but to make it a tone, we're going to make that an F sharp. And that's how sometimes you see at the beginning of the music, if it's in G major, they have the key signature, which is 1 sharp F at the beginning, next to the treble clef. So then you know that you'll be playing F sharp every time you see it. And then you also know that's in the key of G major. So then if I was that F sharp to G, yeah, that should be a semitone. Let's check. Whoops. So now F sharp to G, yep, that's a semitone. And that's how we figure out our structure. So what I would like you to do now is to see if you can figure out the rest. So that's G major. So grab some notation paper and you're going to find out D major. Okay, so it starts here. And you're going to find out A major, which starts here. Right, and then you're going to, last one is F major. Let's see if you can figure out what those key signatures are and what the structure is.